still more to come on Studio 10, but first let's check in with Ashlyn for a preview of Fox 10 Midday. Hey, Ashlyn.
Yeah, good morning to you, Joe. There are two of the headlines here that we're bringing to you this morning. First, a somber start to the week for many families in Texas as flooding has claimed countless lives, a story that we've been following all weekend long. Many still remain missing as we speak. We have the very latest on the relentless searches coming up at 11. And then the Alabama Sheriff's Association holding its annual summer training and meeting this week. How it's helping law enforcement all across our state. A familiar face is leading the charge, and you'll hear straight from him coming up. And finally, it's another week of summertime here on the Gulf Coast, and Hannah will have a look at your Monday forecast and the rest of your week. We'll see you on Fox 10 Midday. It's coming right up after Studio 10.
Day Planner shows today another hot day across the Gulf Coast, but this afternoon we could see showers and thunderstorms start to develop. Typical summertime pattern continues. I'll have more on that coming up.
And Central Texas is bracing for more rain as the search continues for the missing. We're taking a closer look at those rescue efforts straight ahead.
President Trump meeting with Israel's prime minister Monday night, trying to cut a deal for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza. I'm Caroline Shively in Washington. I'll have that story coming up.
First on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 Midday starts now.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome into Fox 10 Midday. Happy Monday. I'm Ashlyn Mitchell, joined by meteorologist Hannah Fink. We're so glad you're here with us on the show today. Hannah, it was a beautiful holiday weekend, hot and dry, but some changes are on the way, right?
So the one change that is coming in, we are staying hot, but that dryness is going away. We actually have an increase in showers and thunderstorms going into this week. So it was a nice break, but let's take a look outside. Right now in Mobile, people are slowly getting into their afternoon plans. Temperatures over the next 5 hours, 90 degrees by noon, partly cloudy skies. But 1 o'clock, we can start to see those showers and thunderstorms start to develop, get to 91 degrees, and they will cool us off going into our afternoon. Make sure you have that radar on hand. They will be short-lived along the sea breeze. Temperatures right now warm out there, 84 in Pensacola, 85 in Mobile, 82 in Brewton, 85 in Grove Hill, 84 in Fairhope, and 88 in Pascagoula. Now, heat index values, what we're really going to want to pay attention to today. We're going to get into the triple digits in a lot of areas. 100 in Mobile, 100 in Bay Minette, 100 in Navarre, 101 in Pascagoula, 96 in Monroeville, and 96 in Crestview. So another hot day across the Gulf Coast, but showers and thunderstorms start to develop this afternoon. Winds out of the south at 7 miles per hour, bringing in that Gulf moisture to make us feel even more humid out there and to add on to that heat index value, making it feel close to 100 degrees. And temperatures this afternoon will get into the 90s. Forecast winds push in those showers and thunderstorms starting around 3 o'clock today.
Hannah, thank you. Well, right now, Texas officials promise search efforts will continue after deadly floodwaters swept through communities. This comes as questions mount over whether enough warning was given to people ahead of the storm. Here's Fox News' Rebecca Castor.
More rain is threatening to flood the Texas Hill Country as the death toll from the weekend's flooding continues to rise. Rescue crews in central Texas are navigating snake-filled terrain as they look for any possible survivors from this weekend's devastating floods. And with rain still in the forecast, the area is not yet out of danger.
We are still currently in the primary search phase. They're running into a lot of technical challenges with terrain, with water, even potentially, with weather.
Kerr County saw the heaviest loss of life, especially at Camp Mystic, an all-girls Christian summer camp. In a statement, the camp says it's grieving the loss of more than 24 campers and counselors, adding, "Our hearts are broken alongside our families that are enduring this unimaginable tragedy." One Coast Guard swimmer is being called a hero for saving nearly 200 people at Camp Mystic in what was his first rescue mission.
Some of the camp counselors were saving lives before we even got there, so there definitely needs to be a lot of heroism praise to the survivors.
As the search continues, local officials are facing growing questions about whether enough warnings were issued ahead of the flooding. The most crucial weather alerts for Kerr County were sent overnight.
They had been monitoring, the weather. They were having their 4th of July events, coming in that morning, and they never saw this as a possibility.
Governor Abbott says crews will work 24/7 until everyone is found, and they're still holding out hope they may find survivors. In Kerrville, Texas, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
These disasters do impact all of us. You know, everybody knows somebody, and whether it's, you who's been impacted or somebody else who's been impacted, you never know where they're going to come from or where they're going to be.
And David Rouch with the Red Cross of Alabama says they want to reconnect families torn apart from the flooding disaster. The Red Cross establishing the Family Travel Assistance Program, which provides free travel and lodging for those who have loved ones affected in Texas. People who are impacted and interested in the program can call 1-800-RED-CROSS. Right now, the Alabama Red Cross team also has mental health disaster volunteers on standby. In the meantime, Tropical Depression Chantel brings heavy rain to North Carolina. This comes as many people in the storm's path begin to assess the damage. Now, a state of emergency was declared Sunday for Orange and Moore counties. Officials citing torrential flooding as the storm moves north. Moore County saw as much as 8 inches of rain in certain areas. Now, emergency workers are urging people to avoid the roads as multiple roadways were closed across central North Carolina.
And immediately I heard a crash, and within a minute, water was in and flooded and waist high, and it pushed the refrigerator in, it pushed lots of things flooding down the hallway, and I was trying to get my wife and my father-in-law out of the rushing water. We didn't want to get trapped or pinned by anything, so it was a scary moment.
The National Weather Service also issued several tornado warnings across multiple counties Sunday afternoon. Well, locally now, more details this morning in the investigation into a body recovered in Chickasaw Creek. Pritchard police identifying him as 63-year-old Ennis Holbert Smith Jr. Now, Pritchard police and fire departments, along with the Satsuma, Saraland, and Mobile County Sheriff's flotilla units, also helping with the search Saturday night. Witnesses say an area of the creek is now roped off and swimmers aren't supposed to swim past that rope. There's also a sign at the park that warns swimmers there are no lifeguards on duty.
Everybody had to leave, and they roped that off, and they started looking for him when I left. And he was already under, and people were out there going under trying to find him. They got it marked off, and it's not deep until you get past them ropes. It's terrible it had to happen.
This investigation is ongoing as of this morning. Now, in Baldwin County, the body of a missing boater was also recovered, according to Daphne Search and Rescue. Officials say a 49-year-old man went missing near an artificial reef known as Buffalo Barge on Saturday. Daphne Search and Rescue says they continued searching yesterday and recovered the man's body 17 miles from Perdido Pass. Right now, his identity has not yet been released. Well, new this morning, an attorney for an alleged drug kingpin in Mobile is seeking to bar a law enforcement agent from the courtroom during trial. The lawyer for Glennie McGee also asking a judge to prohibit prosecution witnesses from reviewing transcripts from the previous trial, which ended in a mistrial last month. The law enforcement officer whom the lawyer wants to block from the courtroom is Drug Enforcement Administration's Special Agent James Overstreet. Now, normally witnesses can't watch the testimony of other witnesses. Overstreet was allowed to stay under an exception for expert witnesses. But McGee's lawyer argues that during the trial, prosecutors indicated that Agent Overstreet would be an expert witness and a fact witness. The trial is scheduled for July 28th, but McGee's lawyer has asked for it to be postponed. Well, at least 3 people are dead and 10 others were shot and injured in Philadelphia earlier this morning. It's over what police say may have been previous anger over loud music. The mass shooting incident happened shortly before 1 a.m., and police say they had previously been in the neighborhood between Saturday night and Sunday morning over loud music complaints of a block party. Investigators say this shooting added to an already difficult weekend of shootings all across Philadelphia, and he pledged there will be no rest by authorities to stop the violence in Philadelphia neighborhoods.
I know this is going to be a very difficult weekend. Folks are going to wake up and hear about a lot of the incident happened over the weekend, but we are not going back. We are going to continue to stay focused on these areas that have a significant level of violence.
As we speak, police are looking for the suspects involved in the shooting. They say as many as 40 people may have been outside when the shooting began, and it could have developed into a reckless exchange of gunfire. In the meantime, President Trump hosting Prime Minister Netanyahu at the White House tonight to push for a Gaza ceasefire. Riding the momentum from the recent Israel-Iran truce, Trump aims to break through months of stalled talks. Fox's Caroline Shively reports now from Washington.
President Trump hosting Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House Monday night, pushing for a ceasefire in Gaza.
I'm very optimistic, but, look, it changes from day to day.
The latest version of the deal lays out a 60-day ceasefire where Israeli forces would withdraw to a buffer zone while relief agencies and the UN deliver aid to Palestinians. Hamas would also release 10 living and 18 deceased Israeli hostages in exchange for Palestinian prisoners.
We've gotten a lot of the hostages out, but pertaining to the remaining hostages, quite a few of them will be coming out. We think we'll have that done this week.
Ahead of the meeting, just outside the White House, protesters condemned Israel's harsh treatment of Palestinians in Gaza.
Hundreds of people every day are dying in Gaza. This is what American foreign policy looks like. This is what our tax dollars are funding. We should be outraged.
Trump and Netanyahu are also set to discuss a potential nuclear deal with Iran. It's been just over 2 weeks since the U.S. bombed Iran's nuclear facilities in a joint military operation with Israel.
Iran should come to the table and should sue for peace and should make a peace deal with the United States, with Israel, and just say no more. We want to be in the world where people seek prosperity and a bright future for their citizens.
Netanyahu is also heading to Capitol Hill, set to meet with House Speaker Mike Johnson on Tuesday. The Israeli leader says he will also meet with a bipartisan group from the Senate. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
Meanwhile, dozens are injured in Ukraine after Russia's latest attack. Ukraine's regional director says Russia attacked the country's second largest city, Kharkiv, with drones, injuring over 40 people, including at least 3 children, and damaging apartment buildings, a kindergarten, and the regional draft office. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky says Russia has launched over 1,200 drones, dozens of missiles, and nearly 1,000 aerial bombs at his country in the last week. He since expressed his hope that international partners will fulfill their commitments. Also this morning, police are pushing back against protesters in Kenya's capital. Police fired tear gas and used a water cannon in Nairobi to disperse protesters on the street this morning. Kenyans had planned demonstrations to protest police brutality, poor governance, and demand President William Ruto's resignation over alleged corruption. In anticipation of the protests, police blocked major roads for both vehicles and pedestrians, which led into the capital, allowing only those with essential duties through. Most businesses also remain closed. Well, straight ahead on Fox 10 Midday, Greece is imposing work breaks due to heat. We'll tell you about that story. Plus, the Alabama Sheriff's Office Conference is happening right now in Orange Beach. Stephen Moody tells us what kind of training they'll be doing after this. But first, Hannah, another hot day ahead.
Another hot day ahead, and that's going to continue into your work week this week and increase rain chances. We can see a 40 to 50% chance of rain through the next 5-day period, and temperatures will be in the low 90s. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome back into Fox 10 Midday on your Monday. The Alabama Sheriff's Association is holding its annual summer training and meeting this week. Fox 10 News reporter Stephen Moody has more on how this will help law enforcement all across our state.
Nearly all of Alabama's 67 sheriffs are in town this week for the Alabama Sheriff's Association Summer Conference. The Perdido Beach Resort in Orange Beach is the home for the conference, where these sheriffs will go over important details and meet with different vendors to help serve their communities better.
They come here, they learn together, they train together, they work together, and that gets us prepared and to stay ready in case anything serious does happen.
Former Baldwin County Sheriff Huey Hoss Mack serves as the executive director for the Alabama Sheriff's Association. He's held that role since retiring 1 year ago, and the association says his experience has served them well.
Having the ability to have someone that's actually been a sheriff and understands the duties and responsibilities of the sheriff is just an an opportunity to better.
Oh, it has, and I've been very blessed getting to work with sheriffs in a different way. Being the association executive director. Legislative session was a learning curve for me, spending time in Montgomery and working with our legislature. But one of the things I got to see is there was a lot of great cooperation and support for law enforcement.
Throughout the week, we'll have several notable speakers, and the goal is to take what they've learned here and to bring it back to their departments.
I hope they take back the knowledge and experience of the office, the ability to train themselves, the ability to gather from other sheriffs. If you know, we have sheriffs that have been in office for many years, and they are like a walking encyclopedia, and that is for the younger sheriffs to rely on that knowledge and experience to make the office of sheriff better.
Stephen Moody, Fox 10 News.
And in global news now, a heat wave sweeping across Greece is impacting the workforce. Temperatures pushed above 100 degrees Monday, causing authorities to impose mandatory work breaks in parts of the country. The Labor Ministry ordered the work stoppage from midday to 5 p.m. for outdoor manual labor and food delivery services, primarily in central Greece and also on several islands. Employers were also asked to offer remote work options instead, but no emergency measures were implemented in Athens. However, tourists lined up early to take advantage of the cooler morning temps.
It's definitely been hot. We've been taking lots of rest breaks, staying in the shade as much as possible, and drinking lots of water, and having some slushies and ice creams, staying cool as much as we can.
Water for sure. Hat, sunglasses, and taking breaks, walking slowly.
Good tips there. That heat wave is forecast to last through Thursday of this week. Meanwhile, Greek authorities say they are taking long-term steps to address the effects of climate change, including the deployment of a record number of firefighters this summer.
Weather headlines we're tracking today, but taking a live look outside, the beach has cleared out significantly since the 4th of July. Some people are trying to get out there to enjoy the heat. Some people might have off today. Definitely jealous of them. Those weather headlines I did mention, typical summertime pattern continues for our week with hot afternoons ahead and pop-up showers and thunderstorms to develop as well. Forecast highs today. Low 90s, some areas creeping to the mid 90s, 90 in Pensacola, 92 in Mobile, 92 in Atmore, 92 in Evergreen, 93 in Grove Hill, 93 in Lynxville, 92 in Pascagoula, and 86 in Fairhope. Heat index values are going to be higher than what we've been seeing over the weekends. A lot of us will be getting to the triple digits. Some of us will surpass to about 105 degrees for the triple digits in our heat index values. 98 by 10 a.m. and we'll get to 100 degrees by 1 p.m. and that'll linger on through the majority of the afternoon on top of those afternoon showers and thunderstorms. And that's all thanks to our muggy meter. Dew points are in the mid 70s, so we are grazing that miserable category line. That's typical for this time of year. We have a southerly wind bringing in that deep Gulf moisture, so it's going to increase our humidity levels as well as our rain chances going into the week. Afternoon planner, partly cloudy skies by noon, 90 degrees. Then isolated showers and thunderstorms start to develop around 1 o'clock, and then they become scattered by 2, and that'll linger for the next few hours into the afternoon. 91 degrees by 1 p.m. and those showers and thunderstorms will slowly cool us off to about 88 degrees going into your evening. Beach forecast is looking good. Upper 80s for your temperatures. Low risk of rip currents at our beaches, but still be cautious of dangerous marine life. Purple flags could wave at any time, especially during this time of year. And our rain chances increase significantly compared to this weekend. 30% chance of rain starting at 1 o'clock, and then we bump up to a 40% chance from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And then we start to go down a little bit once we get to sunset. Now these showers and thunderstorms will develop along the sea breeze, bring gusty winds, heavy rainfall, small hail likely, and frequent lightning. These are going to be pulse type thunderstorms, so they can form just like that with quite intense lightning too. We've seen that across the Gulf Coast the last few weeks. You can see that on our futurecast. We have those showers and thunderstorms developing along the coastline around 1 o'clock, and those can slowly push in to our area, especially getting to our northern counties. This is 4 o'clock. Dinner time hours, though, our northern counties can really start to experience some of those showers and thunderstorms, and those will linger on until about 9 o'clock. Then we have a most mostly clear night going into your Tuesday morning. Some increased cloud coverage into the early morning hours, but no coastal showers either to wake up to. We have seen some of those earlier today. Evening forecast. Scattered showers and thunderstorms continue to about 7 o'clock. Then we transition to partly cloudy skies, 87 degrees by 5 o'clock. Then we'll get to 82 by sunset. Now, post-tropical Chantal is still making its way through the area along the northeast coastline. 30-mile-per-hour winds moving northeast at 17 miles per hour. Heavy rainfall is what its most significant thing is right now, and then it's going to bring dangerous rip currents along the east coast. But luckily, no threat to us here. Next named storm will be Dexter for the Atlantic hurricane season, since we just crossed off Chantal. For the 7-day forecast, it's going to stay hot out there. Temperatures will be in the lower 90s. Then our rain chances start to increase going into later this week, especially going into the weekend. We could have an unsettled weather pattern take place, and then our lows will be in the 70s.
Welcome back. In your entertainment headlines now, TV personality Kelly Osbourne got engaged Saturday at what was billed as her father Ozzy Osbourne's last ever live show. She posted an Instagram video of her long-term partner Sid Wilson proposing in front of family members and friends, including her father Ozzy and mother Sharon. Wilson is a member of the heavy metal band known as Slipknot, and they've been together since at least 2022 and share a young son named Sydney. The proposal happened backstage at Ozzy's farewell performance in England. Ozzy, drummer Bill, and guitarist Tony appeared on stage together for the first time in 2 decades. Osbourne has revealed in 2020 that he has Parkinson's disease. Well, singer Kelly Clarkson was supposed to kick off her Las Vegas residency on July 4th, but announced hours before the show would not go on as planned. Yeah, Clarkson had to cancel Friday and Saturday shows because she's dealing with vocal issues. She explained on social media that rehearsals for the show took a toll on her voice. The American Idol alum said she did not want to do further damage to her voice and that she'll perform 18 shows at Caesars Palace. The residency will continue through November 15th, and Clarkson said she expects to hit the stage next weekend. In the meantime, a new season of Foundation and a return of Dexter are among this week's streaming premieres. Rick Damigella has your preview now.
I've Googled your symptoms, and you either have terminal cancer or anxiety. I'm anxious all the time. Do I let that stop me? Constantly.
The week kicks off with the second season of the sitcom Such Brave Girls, now streaming on Hulu.
Somebody once told me, you have to go through hell to achieve resurrection. Hallelujah.
Michael C. Hall's Dexter finds himself in New York with his murderous Miami past close behind in Dexter Resurrection. The series debuts Friday on Showtime and Paramount Plus.
The Foundation was created to save humanity. But the coming darkness was always the turning point.
Friday marks the premiere of the 3rd season of Foundation. The sci-fi saga is available on Apple TV+.
Our world is under threat like never before.
Also debuting Friday on Apple TV+ is The Wild Ones. The docuseries follows a team filming some of the planet's most endangered animals. Binge watching in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
And listen to this, Michael Douglas may never act again. The 2-time Oscar winner, who starred in classic movies like Wall Street and Fatal Attraction, says he would only return to the big screen if, quote, something special came up. The 80-year-old told reporters at a film festival Sunday that he hasn't worked since 2022 after realizing he had to stop. After working hard for almost 60 years, Douglas said he's been happy with taking the time off and supporting the career of his wife, actress Catherine Zeta-Jones. Douglas stopped short of saying he's retiring, but says he does not intend to return to acting. Well, when we come back, a vigil was held for 2 teens killed while walking on the side of the road. We'll take you there. Plus, President Trump confirms trade deadlines for countries. That story and more in your business headlines, but first, let's check in with Hannah.
As we head into our afternoon, expect steamy and hot conditions, and also showers and thunderstorms start to develop along the sea breeze starting as early as 1 o'clock. Don't go anywhere. We'll go.
Committed to you. This is Fox 10 Midday.
You're watching Fox 10 Midday at the half hour now, and family and friends continue to ask for answers following the deaths of 2 teen girls after they were hit by a car while walking. It all happened on Airport Boulevard near Trailwood Boulevard Wednesday. A vigil was held in their honor Sunday night for the girls, who've been identified by family as Tykeria and Malaysia. Many loved ones gathered for a balloon release in memory of the 2 girls.
Amazing people. Both of them so funny, so caring. Like, they always gave. Like, every time I seen them, always, like, I asked for something that they had, they'd give it to me. Like, they were just great people, genuinely.
At this time, no charges have been filed against the driver. We did follow up, though, to ask if the driver stayed on scene. And according to the Alabama law enforcement agency, ALEA, the driver did not leave the scene of the crash. The incident remains under investigation. Well, the Baldwin County Commission says it's partnering with the town of Magnolia Springs for roadway and pedestrian improvements. It's called the Third 30 Cubed Program Project, and the agreement will allow for the construction of approximately 2,600 feet of roadway and pedestrian improvements on County Road 49 from Highway 98 to Magnolia River. Officials say it's all in an effort to enhance the capacity and connectivity of that roadway system. According to a press release, there will be continuous landscape median that will convert to turn lanes at roadway intersections to encourage slower driving. We're told the existing concrete sidewalk will be replaced with a wider multi-use path that will be located farther from the travel lane. Well, a new Florida law repeals another one that governed high occupancy vehicle lanes known as HOV lanes. That means the rules that once required multiple passengers during weekday morning and evening rush hours to use those lanes have ended. The new law also repeals which vehicles can use the HOV lane. Before, single drivers with hybrids and electric vehicles could bypass the carpool rule with a special decal. While the law may be gone, the stories still live on. Drivers have witnessed some wild attempts to cheat the system and avoid a $158 fine.
I've seen people driving with dummies in their car, real, not live dummies. They thought they could get away with being in the HOV lane. I guess they did.
Will you be driving on the left lane now?
Probably, because it goes to the express and I need that one. Got my son pass to go right to it.
Officials say the change is part of a broader transportation overhaul that includes emergency logistics planning, infrastructure investment, and research initiatives.
Taking a live look outside at Fairhope. Beautiful skies out there over the water and a very slight breeze on top of that and lots of sunshine. But taking a look at our weather headlines across the nation, plenty of flooding has been going on in Texas. Our hearts out with all the victims there as they continue to search for people, but the radar is not helping them out all that much. There has been developing training and backing thunderstorms. The best way to basically explain that is it is continuing to produce showers and thunderstorms in the area, and it is not quitting anytime soon. Radar, though, for them going into our there we go, was waiting for that. This is their current rainfall total in the last 24 hours. 8 inches of rain in some areas. This is Grazing 7. This is just north of Austin, and there's plenty of flash flood warnings in the area causing a considerable threat. They do have a WPC does have a flood potential risk out for them, a moderate one in the area they are tracking for these showers and thunderstorms. That you can see a significant amount of flooding, and then other areas that have seen that flooding earlier on into today is going to continue to see it. It is a moderate to slight risk in areas that just don't need any rain. And then post-tropical cyclone Chantal is still making its way into the eastern coast and is causing some flooding there as well in certain parts. Here's your update on that. There is just a low now. It's still causing 30-mile-per-hour wind, is moving northeast at 17 miles per hour, causing some more heavy downpours. And then on top of that, rip current risks are dangerous along the east coast. Here's those rainfall totals in the last 24 hours as well. 8 inches of rain, some areas grazing it as well. This is in North Carolina. This is Greensboro right here, just to give you an idea of the location. Here at home, though, we are staying dry. Fairhope, 86 degrees, feels like 92 out there. Dew points are in the lower 70s, and in West Mobile, 85. So it's going to continue to warm up. Temperature versus heat index value will get into the lower 90s, 91 by 1 o'clock, but feels like 100 degrees on our skin out there. So the feels like temperature is not helping us out at all today. And then our rain chances may be cooling us off, but it's going to feel humid out there on top of it. 1 p.m. we have a 30% chance of rain. Then we go to a 40% chance of rain from 2 to 6 o'clock. Some pulse type thunderstorms along the sea breeze moving inland into dinner time hours, and they'll slowly start to decrease as we get into sunset. Our beaches looking good for a way to cool off. Low risk of rip currents at our Alabama beaches as well as our Florida beaches. One thing you are going to want to need is that sunscreen. We have very high UV today, burn times 15 to 20 minutes. So make sure you're drinking plenty of water and applying SPF 30 numerous times throughout the day. Evening run, we could see some lingering showers and thunderstorms into the early evening hours, but after 7 o'clock we start to lower those rain chances, getting into partly cloudy skies and temperatures in the lower 80s. If you're going to be running after sunset, make sure you have reflective gear on so people can see you. 7-day forecast, lower 90s for your temperatures. Then those rain chances start to increase going into next week. Ashlyn?
Hannah, thank you. Well, the time now 11:37 on your Monday, and it's a crucial week for trade deals. We're talking pushback for Elon Musk's new political party, and a bright spot bubbles up in the beer market. Here's Fox's CJ Papa with today's business stories.
More development on trade. Wednesday is the tariff deadline. President Trump says we're close to finalizing several trade agreements as tariff letters and/or deals are delivered. The administration says tariffs will take effect August 1st. After Trump signed the big, beautiful bill into law, Elon Musk says he's launching a new political party, asking ex-users if they want independence from the two-party system. But Wedbush analyst Dan Ives says Musk diving deeper into politics is exactly the opposite direction Tesla investors and shareholders want him to take during this crucial period for the Tesla story. Beer sales have been down this year, but the Wall Street Journal says one bright spot is Michelob Ultra.
Would you consider playing us? For the Ultras.
It is now number 2 in the U.S. beer market because of its low-calorie, low-carb formula for health-conscious consumers.
Play for the Michelob Ultra?
Its ads promote it as a post-workout drink, with brand sponsorships for golf and soccer tournaments. There's also a non-alcoholic version of Michelob Ultra. Modelo rose to the top-selling beer in America 2 years ago. Bud Light, which used to be in first place, now is number 3. CJ Papa, Fox News.
And a heads up for you this morning, Costco is alerting customers of certain items it's pulling off its shelves. The warehouse chain announced recalls on some products like air conditioners, power banks, car tires, and even dumbbells. Costco says its Danby air conditioner sold between June 10th, 2021 through February 2nd, 2022. That is recalled because of risk of mold growth. Multiple tires sold by the store were also recalled because of safety risks. Meanwhile, Costco pulled back Anchor power banks that were connected to potential fire risks. Other recalled products at the store include glass bottles, coolers, and a pressure cooker. In the meantime, a move by the United Parcel Service to cut thousands of driver jobs is running into a wall of resistance by a key union. UPS says it wants to offer voluntary buyouts to its full-time drivers. This comes as it pushes toward cutting 20,000 UPS jobs and closing down 73 facilities. But the Teamsters Union is crying foul, saying the offers are illegal and violate its national contract with UPS that had promised to create 22,500 more jobs. Well, straight ahead today, we're celebrating rock and roll music. Stay tuned for that story. Plus, McDonald's is adding some spice to its morning menu. Hannah and I will be right back with your midday talkers after this. right, Hannah, some good vibrations to start off your work week.
Today is National Day of Rock and Roll.
Oh yeah, and if you can't get no satisfaction, see what we did there out of this day, here are a few ideas that can help.
Listening to your favorite rock songs, attending a local concert, or putting on your own concert for family and friends.
Sounds fun. Let's just say there are lots of ways to celebrate and get comfortably numb. Lots of puns there. We did not write those. We can't take credit for those jokes. They were hardly in the story. Do you have a favorite rock and roll band? Is that your vibe?
I do. See, I listen to all genres of music. I'm into it all. My parents made sure I knew of 70s and 80s rock.
So you're cultured.
Oh yeah.
Love some Rolling Stones for sure. Well, this is sure to wake up your taste buds on this Monday.
McDonald's is rolling out a new menu item that might prove variety in the spice of life.
Okay, starting tomorrow, the fast food restaurant will release the Spicy McMuffin breakfast sandwich.
It features all of the items found on a traditional Egg McMuffin, but this one will have a kick to it.
Looks delicious. McDonald's is adding its signature spicy pepper sauce.
The restaurant also will offer customers its spicy sausage McMuffin and the spicy sausage McMuffin with egg.
McDonald's says the spicy items will only be on the menu for a limited time. That looks incredible. Do you like spicy food?
I love spicy food. What's so funny is I almost stopped at McDonald's on the way here for breakfast because I was starving.
You need to bring us back some of those spicy sandwiches.
Right? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Pretty cool. Well, listen to this. People in Taiwan rushed to the zoo to watch a special animal celebrate her birthday.
Yeah, Zua Yuanza, the female panda, celebrated her 12th birthday at the Tapi Zoo yesterday.
Yeah, she's the only panda of her species to be born in Taiwan, actually.
Her parents were born in China and gifted to Taiwan in December of 2008.
Zoogoers watched on as Yuanza indulged in some ice cream cake and bamboo. What a combination.
Visitors might want to hold on to their footage they captured because the zoo says they don't have any plans to breed new panda cubs.
Happy birthday to you. Look at her enjoying
She's adorable.
Every second.
My mom would be melting. Her favorite animal is pandas.
Rightly so. They're such sweet, magnificent creatures. I love that she had her own ice cream. Look at her number on her birthday cake.
This melts my heart.
She's being treated specially, as she should be. Well, a pet owner from Iowa was heartbroken when his golden retriever ran away more than a week ago.
He searched high and low for his beloved dog, and days have passed until finally a happy reunion.
Yeah, Nicole Tam has more on how this all unfolded.
9-month-old Neo loves playing fetch at home, off-leash in a fenceless 7-acre yard.
Bring it here. Good boy.
That's why what happened last Friday while visiting friends was so surprising.
They have a pool in the backyard, and I had grocery bags and a retractable leash in my hand, and something spooked him at the pool, and he took off running full speed.
While Brenton Cook looked for his best friend,
the dog came right through here and went right across the backyard, and I literally never saw him again.
People living around the Ingersoll neighborhood spotted Neo. Cook had no luck in his search.
Friday turned into Saturday, and we searched all day Saturday. Sunday, I was hiking through Greenwood Park and fell in a creek actually looking for him because I thought maybe he'd be down there.
He even shared this post to multiple social media pages and still nothing. Monday comes around, a discovery during Leo's game of fetch.
Leo was like right in here, like barking down the fence line.
What was down the fence line?
He was all the way back in here.
A Neo who has been trapped for 3 days, wrapped around a tree branch.
He had dug a hole back here trying to free himself, and you can see all the hair on the ground from the time that he spent down here.
Leo's dad, Ross Edwards, called the number on Neo's tag right away. When Cook got that call,
tears actually. I couldn't believe it.
After lots of food and water, Neo is doing okay.
I'm just really grateful for that little Leo. Kind of saved his life.
Really cool that it ended with a good ending.
Neither families will forget this dog's tale. As for Leo and Neo, they'll be expecting more treats and more playtime.
Neo, you're melting my heart. As a dog owner myself, I can't even imagine. I don't think my dog would make it for a week, though, respectfully.
You must feed them every day.
Yes, he's living the good life.
See,
he doesn't have any survival skills whatsoever.
My dogs wouldn't either. They know where the food's at the end of the day. Where are they going to go? They'll come back.
They're living their best lives. They know. All right, y'all, we'll be back with 3 to know before you go. Hannah, we're taking a live look where?
We are taking a live look outside, I think off of Dauphin Island. Plenty of sunshine out there. You can see some clouds starting to develop. Coastal showers and thunderstorms are expected this afternoon. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
We are here.
Beards, dachshunds, art, and baseball. Jim Rowbottom has it all in today's Take a Look at This.
A hairy situation in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, with a field of contestants competing in the World Beard and Mustache Championships. It looks like the judges would have made great contestants as well. The contestants in a wiener dog race that went sideways in Wisconsin had significantly less hair. The dogs took off in every which way. Amid the chaos, as expected, it was difficult to discern who actually won, but they all win in the cuteness category. This art installation story out of Colorado has a clear connection to the wiener dog story. Pay close attention now.
You see it on the pictures and you see this like colorful thing, but when you're here and you're watching the movement of it, and the wind and the colors, it does kind of take your breath away of just going, wow.
Now that that's out of the way, what are we looking at here? Glad you asked.
It is 6,000 square feet. It's made up of 35,700 pieces of kite fabric and rope, and it's in perpetual motion.
Experiencing deja vu? Ghost players returned to the Iowa baseball field built for the film Field of Dreams for a free performance. The players, in vintage uniforms, entertained a crowd with antics and skills. And a 102-year-old veteran threw out the first pitch at a Seattle Mariners game. After serving in World War II, the Purple Heart recipient went on to serve as a police officer and volunteer with the Red Cross, Rotary, and Kiwanis.
I got blown up on Okinawa, and they give me the last rites and all that good stuff. I made a foxhole promise. Good Lord, if you keep me alive, then I'll dedicate my life helping people. And that's what I do.
For Take a Look at This, I'm Jim Rowbottom.
What a sweet, sweet story. Well, here's your 3 to know before you go today. Jurassic World Rebirth earned the top spot at the box office, bringing in more than $91 million over the 3-day weekend and more than $147 million in its 5 days only in theaters. Meanwhile, F1 the movie finished second with $26.1 million, and How to Train Your Dragon took third with $11 million. I saw that movie over the weekend, and it was incredible. Well, TikTok is reportedly creating an updated app for the U.S. ahead of a potential sale to unknown buyers. According to a report by The Information, the new version of the app is expected to drop in app stores on September 5th. The report says all TikTok users will have to download the new version, but the existing app will operate until March of next year for now. President Trump says he will reveal the buyers in 2 weeks and says it is, quote, a group of very wealthy people. And finally, Amazon's popular Prime Day is almost here. This year, Prime Day starts tomorrow. The e-commerce giant is now entering its second decade of hosting the annual summer sale event, and with the milestone unveiling a new change. Amazon will run Prime Day for 4 full days now, from July 8th through Friday the 11th. And that's twice the typical 48 hours, meaning double the opportunities to save. This is the first major change to the duration of Amazon's Summer Prime Day since 2017, when the third ever sale changed from 1 day to 2 days. Hannah, great news, bad news all at the same time, because my wallet might be crying this week.
I hope my mom's not listening, because I already know what I want to buy for Prime Day.
Do you have some Amazon Prime deals you have your eye on, or?
I'm hoping so. I haven't looked since, because I've been waiting to see what'll happen on Prime Day specifically.
I never go in with a plan, which is why.
I know what I need / want, but
take advantage, but also be smart with your money.
Exactly. Don't go on a spending spree, because I might.
I guess.
But anyways, let's take one more look at your forecast. Day planner today shows plenty of sunshine to start the day, but by this afternoon, scattered showers and thunderstorms can start to develop and will linger into the evening hours. We'll get up to the lower 90s 70s today and cool off to the lower 80s by tonight. Looking ahead into your next 5 days, though, temperatures will be near average. 91 degrees is the average for this time of year, and we'll just be at or slightly above that. 92 is a high throughout the beginning of this week. But rain chances do increase throughout the day. Monday, today, 40% chance of rain. Then that continues on over the next couple of days, but an unsettled weather pattern could come into play by Thursday, bringing an increase to our rain chances, especially going into next weekend. And our heat index values will be in the triple digits. Not a surprise there. That's what we've been feeling all summer long. And our dew points, you can see that tropical moisture starts to come back. Wednesday, 75, we're in that muggy category, but Thursday, an increase in tropical moisture will come in, increasing to that our rain chances, bringing in that unsettled weather pattern.
This hot and rainy weather looks like some prime weather for some prime Amazon shopping.
I like what you did there.
Lots of prime.
Lots of prime.
Thanks for watching Fox 10 Midday. We'll see you at 3 o'clock.